Researchers have spent the past 40 years collecting the largest dataset so far on native Amazonian birds, covering body mass and wing length of more than 11,000 individual birds from 77 species. They originally came here to study the diversity in pristine forests. They wanted to compare species living there with those in areas where humans have encroached on their habitat. But when they analyzed their data, they discovered something strange. Over the past 40 years, dozens of tropical bird species have gotten smaller. On average, species lost from approximately 0.1% up to nearly 2% of their body weight per decade. Simultaneously, scientists collected climate data and found that their mass dropped the most in the year or two after especially hot and dry spells, which arose the assumption that birds are getting smaller to deal with heat stress. 61 of the 77 species have also grown longer wings, which could substantiate this theory, as longer wings and less weight might help birds fly more efficiently and generate less energy as heat, and therefore keeping them cooler. But the extent seems to be much bigger. From fish to amphibians, reptiles and mammals, reports are coming in of changes in body size, usually of animals getting smaller. This matters because body size affects everything, from the ability to catch food to the chances of escaping from predators to finding a mate. But why is this happening? Selection pressure for a long time was believed to be the only reason to cause animal shrinking. Selection pressure means that beneficial attributes that provide the individual with an increased chance of surviving over others and benefit the organism's chances of surviving longer are passed on from one generation to another. The foundation for this thinking was Bergmann's rule, which states that warm-blooded animals of the same species in colder regions should be larger and thicker than those in warmer ones to better conserve heat. And smaller ones, on the other hand, can cool off faster in hot temperatures. But because cold-blooded animals which don't generate body heat are shrinking too, developmental plasticity could also play a role. It's the process by which later life traits are shaped by the early life environment. Cold-blooded animals are more likely to adapt to situations that occurred during their lifetime, instead of passing on attributes to the next generation. A warmer surrounding, for example, might accelerate the transitions between their life cycles, making them smaller in adulthood. Although they cannot rule out all other factors, such as scarcer food, birds on very different diets all lost mass. That points to a border force, like climate change, as a likely cause affecting the size of animals and making many of them smaller. But why is that a problem? Well, Earth has gone through major periods of warming in its history, and animals were able to adapt to them. But we're currently warming our planet about 10 times faster than the average rate following historic ice ages, which gives animals little to no time to adapt. And shrinking comes at a cost. For many species, a smaller size translates to fewer babies, which could lower the reproduction rate and the number of eggs birds lay. Some species have evolved specific body types for the environment they live in. Amphibians, for example, are more likely to dry out during a drought when they are smaller. Other species may not be able to make the long walks of their lives, such as to the next waterhole during a dry season. But what's even more concerning is that warming will alter body sizes in different ways for different species, which could mess up relationships between animals. For example, if a predator is shrinking at a slower rate than its prey, it may need more of it to meet its nutritional needs, which could drive entire species closer to extinction, either by starving predators or by decreasing prey numbers to the point where they reproduce at a slower rate than they are consumed.